What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Freddy and Friends. And as promised, I'm bringing another drum nerd friend through the studio. Got my good friend and drummer for Shaboozey, Darren Poindexter.
What's going on, y'all?
What's up, my man?
How you doing?
I can't complain.
Right.
Why?
Well, you could complain, but
Thanks.
too many good things going on.
That's it.
It outweighs the right to complain.
100%, man.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you as well.
It's been it's been since that December afternoon that we saw each other on the flight from here to LA to New York.
To JFK, randomly meeting on an airplane.
Randomly met on an airplane. How did that happen? Did you see that I think you saw me scrolling.
I either saw you scrolling or I think you were on a phone call before we took off, and we were just sitting so close to you. I wasn't eavesdropping.
You were right behind me.
We were right there.
To the side and behind me. You would have been able to see all my shit.
No opportunity but to hear at least some of what was going on in his phone call. And I was like, oh, no, this guy hits things. He plays drums.
Yeah.
We got to talk. Yeah. I'm going to talk to him.
Who the hell was I talking to? I'm a hook. God only knows.
But it was good stuff. Good stuff, and here we are.
Yeah. I think you were like, hey, you drummer? Turn around. I'm like, I am. And then you're like, I'm on my way to play Saturday Night Live. I'm like,
we were, yeah.
Who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah, I'm me. just little old me. And drummers, you can talk about anything. We just always end up hitting it off.
That 5-hour flight was like that, dude. I don't think we shut up about.
We ate up about two of those hours.
Yeah, we geeked out on gear, man. Like we went through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I feel like I think drummers can get a life story just talking about gear. Like I feel
quick, fast.
Yeah.
You really don't even notice the time's going.
No, It's crazy. So since then, you've been just on the road with Shaboozey, and which is incredible. I mean, this is like one of the biggest acts ever. So congratulations! It's got to be super exhilarating, super exciting. I can only imagine how crazy that is.
It's a big pleasure. It's been a lot of fun. I've seen more of the world than I ever have in my life. Been to Europe a couple of times.
Yeah.
Been on nearly all of the TV shows and, late night shows that I've ever wanted to be on. I got to play Fallon. I got to play Kelly, did SNL.
Yeah.
Just doing what I love to do and making a living from it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about being on the road?
Oh, I'm easy. My whole thing was always that I just wanted to play music that I enjoyed with people that I enjoyed being around.
Yeah.
And so the best part is just getting to play the drums.
Sure.
Like literally just getting to hit the drums and having a conversation afterwards or beforehand. Like everybody in the camp is really cool.
Yeah.
There's been no drama.
No drama.
No. We're a tame group. We get along really well.
Yeah.
And so just getting to play the music. It is good music.
How many guys? How many players?
It ranges. We started off just doing trio.
Wow.
Yeah, bass, guitar, or not bass. I don't play bass. Drums, guitar, and pedal steel.
Yeah.
And then we up it up to a quartet. Now we're going to do a couple of fly dates to Canada and then Ohio. We're going to be doing a quartet. We're going to add a fiddle.
Cool.
And then for Coachella, Stagecoach, bigger festivals, we'll flesh it out, have background singers, bass player, another guitar. We'll go up to 8 or 9 bass.
I'm going to get into how all this came to be, but first and foremost, you're playing a wide range of stuff with this guy, man.
Yes. It's
not just pocket. It's a lot.
I mean, it depends on what you call pocket because every song has a pocket.
But this just seems to be very different. What's going on there, man?
It's not your typical pop gig. It's not a pop gig.
It's not a pop gig.
It's not a pop gig. There's popular music, obviously.
Yeah.
But like it's roots, it's traditional country, it's Americana, it's trap music, it's rap, it's straight up rock and roll sometimes, where we just hit it. And, I'll play everything from a train beat to, swish and sand with some brushes to, playing electronics and proper trap drum parts.
Wow. And so the trap stuff was his older material and you guys kind of
It's old and new. He is a country artist.
Yeah.
But he has influences all over the place and he's staying true to them. He's not going to be boxed in.
Wow.
That's I feel like from what I've gathered with my time playing with him, that's what I've picked up.
Yeah, he won't be boxed in. I mean, because from what I've heard, it is diverse, man. It's pretty interesting stuff.
He wants to make art. He wants to make authentic art
Yeah.
to his life.
And the number one hit of like all time or something, like
Longest running. Yeah, number one on Billboard.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Have you gotten in the studio yet to do a record with them?
I have not had the pleasure. I would love to.
I
I don't even know if they knew that. Maybe they'll see this. I would love to. I love recording. So
I bet.
I would
What
love
is?
to get
I mean, where is he with that? I mean, is there a record kind of coming to fruition? Is there a writing process with you guys when you're all kind of just jamming? Or?
Not that I'm privy to.
Okay.
Not that I'm privy to. I know that he dips off. He is probably one of the most travelingest people I've ever seen in my life. That's not a word, but I'm gonna make it a word today. Travelingest people I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
Last year we will go to a city, do this show, that show, this show, have one day off, and then you realize that one day off wasn't even for us. It was so he could fly to another city somewhere else America. It could be close, it could be far, somewhere else America. Do a radio thing, do a club date, do an interview, do this, that, and the other, do a writing session, and he's popping back in, and the very next day we'll do another show. Yeah. And he did that all last year.
Yeah.
That's
a workhorse.
I ain't never in my life seen nobody work like that.
Well, it's just what it takes. Yeah. So is in terms of the writing, I mean, is that just kind of him locking himself in a room kind of thing where he comes up with all the jams and
he has a team, but I don't really know. I don't know their full dynamic. I've never seen them together.
Got it.
I haven't been in that room.
Got it. Oh, I mean, maybe that's going to unfold one day. That'd be cool.
It'd be really cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah. All right. So, how does a guy go from playing wedding gigs and cutting his teeth out there to grabbing that gig, man? I think everybody's going to want to know that.
Be kind to people.
Be kind to people.
Be kind. Be memorable. Be nice. I went to Berklee, and a friend of mine that I just knew from the hallways of 1140, which is the drum department, the basement specifically is where is one half of the drum department, percussion department at Berklee. Yeah. And I worked there. I was a tech, and just meeting people, talking to people, shedding with people, sharing ideas, and whatever was going on throughout the campus. Because drummers, we always talk to each other.
We know that
we're always friendly.
Yeah.
You just end up building this network. So this guy also played guitar, and then he evolved into music direction. And so I was working with this artist named Forrest Frank, who's also blossoming. And just is really doing amazing things right now. Mm-hmm. He's formerly the lead singer and writer of the band Surfaces. Okay. For anybody who knows. Okay. He was transitioning over into walking in his faith as a Christian artist, and I had the honor of playing for his first gig in that line.
Okay.
We're in Waco, Texas, and this music director's name is John Perry. John, we met at Berklee, called me for this gig. He just remembered we had a conversation and somebody brought my name up. And he was like, I wonder where that guy is. And I had moved to LA like a year before.
Yeah.
And I was leaving church and he gave me a call. I started playing for Forrest, did that initial gig. Mm-hmm. And Forrest had just had his son and was very, very intent on just, focusing on fatherhood.
Yeah.
Just being a parent. And it's amazing. It's beautiful.
Sure.
He wasn't really thinking about touring. And was like, we might do weekend dates and come back, and I need to be home. Home is always the base, and it's not like an extended trip type of deal. We're going to go out, do the thing, bring it back home.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. Before that could even unravel, the company that John was working for called me for the Shaboozey gig.
Wow.
And that was more set in stone. So I just ended up going that direction.
Like an audition, or just come through and
my audition was Forrest. That's the only thing I can say.
Okay.
My audition was Forrest, and I
that
showed
was
up in
already
rehearsals.
that already showed them what they needed to know.
I suppose so. Be nice, show up, do the thing.
The rest was history.
Yeah, here we are.
This theme of being nice, right? So before we got started, I was talking to your girlfriend a bit, and she said something. We were actually talking about people in different pockets of the country, and I was talking about, well, you're a Virginia guy, I guess, South. I mean, known for hospitality.
Yes.
That's a big theme on my show anyway. I always talk about hospitality and service and people that are just genuinely authentic, right? That still have that thing that you don't find in many places. But anyway, we were talking, and I was telling her, I think it's funny, like, I move into neighborhoods in LA, wherever, and like, I don't know my neighbors. I don't know. Oh, he's crazy.
You're talking about how people never speak?
Oh, wait, so like, I don't know anybody. Nobody says hello to nobody, right? Like, I've talked about this with other people, and she's like, we move in a neighborhood, we write a note. Mm-hmm. I was like, you write a note?
Mm-hmm. Put on their door.
That's amazing.
Yeah. You should know who your neighbors are.
But like, you look at just your response to that, you're like, yeah, like, this is normal. I agree. I think I think it's the best thing I've heard in a fucking long time.
Why on earth did we develop language as humans if we're not going to use it?
But how do we spread this message? Because there's something wrong with the situation here.
I think you need to remember that when you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach as somebody comes within earshot and you say, maybe I shouldn't bother them. Maybe you should think about or have prepared what you could say to somebody that's, one, disarming, two, honest, and innocent in nature, and have that ready to say to them.
I mean, it's so simple.
It should be. It's not, but it should be.
It should be.
People have nerves. People get anxious. People have their own internal stuff that they got going on. But yeah, say hello.
Say hello. I mean, look, you did it to me on the plane.
Literally.
You literally just tapped me on the shoulder, like, "What's up, dude?" Hey, and I mean, yeah, but you'd be surprised, and I'm sure you encounter it, obviously. But I mean, are you the kind of guy that like is willing to work on people? Like you meet someone, they just stonewall you, and then are you like trying to break them down with your kindness?
Well, I mean, yes and no. It really depends on how much I'm gonna be around this person. Like, if I'm gonna have to work with you, if I'm gonna have to be around you, like, no, we gotta work on that. We have to work on that.
Yeah.
But also, there's merit in meeting people where they are. Mm-hmm. Maybe they're having a bad day.
Maybe they're not ready.
Maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they're not ready. My mother always used to say, you never know what somebody's going through.
Yeah.
She told me that as a child. And to add to that, in my adult age, is so try to meet them where they are.
Well, I love that too.
Just take that. You never know what they're coming from, and try to go where they are. And if you can't, then you can't.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough for people, man. It's tough for people just to, I mean, like I said, it sounds so simple, but to not get a hello from people that you live in close proximity to.
Or that you like literally touched elbows with because you're like that close in proximity. Yes. You're parking your car and a parking garage is small.
Yeah. And
you're trying not to ding their door. And you're not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
You like, really? Yeah. You locked eyes with them.
Yeah.
You almost traded paint.
No language.
You didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
So, my bad, it's kind of tight in here, huh?
Yeah.
Just small talk? Nothing?
Yeah, nothing.
Okay. Couldn't be me.
Apparently not. And I guess you got the right partner because she seems to be right out of the same.
We're cut from a very similar cloth from different parts of the country. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
That's why we work.
So, being a guy from Virginia, living in LA, how do you find that kind of, I mean, I'm assuming you've been out here for a while, but
3 years.
3 years. How's that transition for you in terms of the way you deal with people?
Okay. Just on the people tip, it was just kind of taking note of that and, working on that myself, being mindful of it and trying to do my thing and my way of going through life.
Yeah.
As I could find opportunities to do it. Cause it bears fruit sometimes. Sometimes you meet people and you become friends. Other times, maybe not.
Yeah.
And then you also kind of learn more about people as you just exist in the city. The driving was
that's fun.
Yeah. Because I was living in the city before I moved here.
Yeah.
I was living in Boston.
Yeah.
And people say that massholes, as they call them, are some of the worst drivers in the country, and I'm not going to argue that because your opinion and your lived experience is yours.
Yeah.
But like, I would say they're aggressive drivers, but they're aggressive and it's calculated. The moves that they make are with intention.
Yeah.
And if somebody does something, there's a good chance that they've really like focused on the move. If they cut in front of you, there's actually 2 car lengths.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't take your
focused.
bumper off.
They've thought about this, yeah.
Like they actually had room to do it.
Yeah.
Here, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna generalize, but I've noticed that my insurance went up.
That's first telltale sign.
We'll put it there. I'm not gonna blanket statement the whole city, but I will say that my insurance went up a lot per month.
Yeah.
With a spotless driving record.
Yeah.
When I moved here.
That tells us all we need to know about people.
That's on people and interactions because people drive the cars.
Yeah. Yeah, my wife's a non-driver, and we've been together a long time, and my record's pretty clean. Okay. It's not flawless.
All right.
But it's good, and I've driven in all over the world in wacky scenarios. But sometimes I make moves that are kind of what you're saying. They're very calculated, though. Mm-hmm. You would only know because you know what's going on to the back and to the left and the right and all that.
You've done all the things that a driver should.
Yeah, but she don't understand that. But she will agree that an aggressive driver is probably a better one than a non-aggressive driver because I think sometimes you have to be able to.
You have to have both.
You got to have both.
You have to have both. Sometimes you need to be defensive. You need to realize when somebody is maybe a little off the handle.
Yeah.
And say, no, I'm gonna pull it back.
Yeah, I don't do crazy shit.
Or you can see when somebody is like pulling up next to you and they're also still kind of wishy-washy. It's like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and get on down the road. I need to get away from you.
Yeah.
You have to do both.
Yeah. I mean, when you see that dude that is doing some crazy shit and he has no fucking bumpers left on his car, you better stay far away.
Or the car fancy as hell.
Yeah, or that too.
When it's like, man, I see some of the nicest cars just like reckless abandon. Just, I don't care. Wow. This car's 90 racks. I don't care.
Yeah.
120.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Respect.
You got it. I don't.
Yeah, but still, even if you did, you would never treat it like that.
No, I can't say I would.
I know you wouldn't.
I can't say.
I know
you
wouldn't. I know you wouldn't. So there's a difference. That ain't going to change.
I worked hard. I worked too hard to get it.
Exactly. So you got the Shaboozey gig, right?
Yes.
You're off now. You're going to go back out
at the top of the month.
Yeah. It's going to be
August 1st.
Yeah, dude. Get ready.
Yeah, we're here. I'm ready for it.
What are you doing to stay and keeping your chops while you're not touring?
This month I haven't really picked up drumsticks.
Okay.
I haven't picked up drumsticks this month. Practice for me has been a weird subject. It's always tied up in finances. So I went to Berklee, graduated.
Yeah.
When I was there, I was, like I said, a part of the drum tech staff, and that got me free reign over any room with a drum set in it. By the time I was, a semester or two in it, my stomach is wrong. I don't know if you can hear that. But like I was able to practice every day, any spare second I had, any room that had a drum set, I had a key to it. Yeah. And so I could tuck off anywhere on campus and shed, or I could call in the homies and we could, we can go for blood.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of growth there. Once I got out of college, I went straight into role player mode, which is another discipline. It's never out of practice.
Yeah.
But like
it's different.
You do different stuff. Yeah. But once I got out of college, having a place where I could just shed now came at a premium because you have to buy a lockout.
Sure.
And now you have to have a second rent. And I was fresh out of college.
Right.
Nobody got that.
Right.
Nobody has that. And then you end up moving to another city like LA, and it's like, well,
it's just getting steeper and steeper.
My rent just went up.
Yeah.
And I just moved across the country. I had adult furniture to ship.
Right.
And I had a car that, is mine, and I'm not trading my car. And when we moved here, the automotive market was insane, and it's not any better now. I really got my car.
Sounds like you were right after like COVID. Cars they're jacking everything up. Yeah.
I bought my car in 2021. I got an offer from that same dealership to buy my car back for $10,000 more than I paid for it.
Yeah.
If a used car from
that.
2017 is going for 10 G's more than I paid for it, what is a new car worth?
That's right.
I'm holding on to it.
Crazy times. Yeah.
I'm still driving that car, and I will drive it until it drives no more.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but to move to LA and have everything else go up that much more, it's like, well, now I can't afford my rent and this other rent for this lockout, which they're not cheap.
No, they're not. No.
So it's having a place to practice is elusive to me in this moment, to be able to do it how I want to do it, because I also want to set up a place to record. I don't want to just have a room.
You want to have it done right.
Yeah, that's just kind of always been my thing.
Sometimes with the lockouts here, they're not great for recording. It's a lot. They're not set up for that. They're just set up to just bang around.
And so that's a lot of money to pay.
It's a lot of money to pay to not be soundproofed properly. I agree.
At the very least.
I agree. It's a problem, but it's kind of like it just goes with the territory, man. It take a long time to get the setup of your dreams. I know that, but
I don't even know if it's got to be for my dreams. It's got to be decent for the moment.
It's got to work.
I can handle decent for the moment.
Yeah.
I can work with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not there yet.
I think a lot of guys, it comes down to the microphones, and I've done some recording in lockouts, and it's worked. But it's depending on what you're trying to record. It just depends who's playing next to you. If you're next to another drummer, if you're next to a metal band,
man,
it's
all of that stuff.
All
Double kick, all that low end, just rumble,
yeah.
And they be killing. They be going for blood. But like I'm playing brushes right now. I'm swinging on this tune. It's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
It's just not gonna work. I'm using 7/8s and I normally play a 2B.
It's
not going to work.
7/8s ain't gonna cut it in the lockout. So do you? I mean, you keep a practice pad handy, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah. I'm surrounded. I'm never more than like a few feet away from my pad and my sticks.
Okay.
That's always there. Yeah. But as far as like being able to have the motor function of getting around the kit and like orchestration, that I'm not there.
I went through a very similar period of my life. It was a long time ago though, but when I first moved to New York, and
same struggle, different font.
Exactly, and I just didn't play drums. I would go, we would go to rehearsal space and pay the hourly rate and bang around there. So but the pad was always my friend. I did some of my early recordings out of those rehearsal spaces with a mobile mic rig, because I was tracking guitar and singing and doing a lot of my shit. That's easy in the house. You can do that.
I would love to know what that rig was.
You want to know what that rig was?
I do.
And they probably still make it. Apogee made. It was called the One. Apogee One.
I know the Apogee One.
So this is probably like 2008, 2009.
Another great year. Another jeez. 2008, huh?
Yeah, right.
Ouch.
So here I am trying to figure out how am I. So I'm because prior to that I did have a setup and I had recorded some records, and I'm like, well, what am I fucking gonna do? I'm in New York. I got access to cool shit. I can still lay down 90% of the work, but I need to get my drums in there.
Yeah.
And I can't afford to go to a studio, and I can't afford to get a lockout, whatever. And so I start seeing, I don't know where I started researching, and this one had just launched. This one mic had just launched, and they were really pushing it on the drum set. And they're like, if you position it right here, and it was above the bass drum, really close to the snare, they mic'd up a 4-piece kit, and they were playing back the recordings. I'm like, damn. And so I used that mic on my early recordings. And, I just had to double a lot of the tracks and, beef up the bass and the low end. And you got a great snare sound. They're not the best recorded drum tracks, but that's what I did. And that worked until finally, things changed. But that was, but like I said, it was all about the practice pad for me for years and years and years. And those New York apartments, it was brutal. But that's what you got to do.
Yeah, those recordings, it ends up meaning way more that your drum sounds and your body EQ is all on point.
Yeah, to be completely honest, I've gone back and mostly replaced all of those tracks. Have re-recorded the drums on them. I've probably wound up redoing most of those songs. Not all of them, but a good bit, like my first records and but it was a trying time. But it was fun.
Yeah.
Like you said, man, I mean, those are some of the best times.
Yeah.
So I always ask people what their practice routine, especially if you play out a lot. It's not like you're like sitting there grinding, working on polyrhythms and stuff. You know what I mean? But let's talk a little bit about like coming up, playing drums, like who your influences were, when you got into it. Like, let's hear it.
Okay, so I come from a musical family. My mother and that entire side of the family, everybody plays something, sings something. I also sing.
Cool.
Everybody does something musically or artistically, we can say, because we also have writers and we have Fallon ministers. And my uncle's an artist, visual artist. He paints. So everybody does something on the
creatives
on the art. Yeah. Everybody's
cool.
creative. So my first instrument was voice at 7. I was in church choir.
Nice.
And then I branched off and played trumpet for 4 years.
Okay.
5th grade to 9th grade. I quit in 9th grade. Because I had some not so great encouragement about my desire to play drums. And it seems whenever people tell me that I can't or won't do something,
You're hopping right on that shit.
oh, you never should have said that.
Yeah.
You really
That's
never
the one
should-
I want to
you
do.
Really, well, it's not even want to do. It's like I have to do it. I'm compelled now.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know that I'm fueled by spite, but maybe I'm fueled by spite.
Who gave you that? Who gave you the flack?
I don't want to call this lady.
All right.
Yeah, she was an educator. We'll just say she was. She was
Yeah,
an
that's like the ones in school that tell you don't pursue music. Why would
just
you want to
like-
pursue music?
Because you listen to the radio on the way here. Hello? Like, listen, art is one of the most important things on the planet, and people like to pretend like it's not. People love to pretend like it's not. Only except you can't go anywhere without seeing somebody's art.
Let me just interrupt that because this is right on point with this, right? When I went to like a kind of music school, right? It was like music was a part of the school. And as it was time to look for colleges, everyone in there was pretty much a musician. Don't go in the music. This is what the school told you. Don't go in the music. Find something else.
Insane.
Don't go in the music. That's all I heard my whole life. Don't go in the music. Don't go in the music. Backup plan. Find something else. Do something else. That's all they fucking said. Sorry.
Did your school have a school song?
A school song?
Yeah.
Fucking A. Everybody. Yeah. Of course.
So how you gonna tell your
I don't know.
students
This
not
is
to
the
go?
advice. This is the advice.
That's insane to me.
It's insanity.
And it's just to have I'm assuming your hallways were also like color coded, like you had school colors.
We had it all. Yeah.
Somebody had to put that tile down, huh?
Somebody.
That's an artistic design,
It's
huh?
all. There's art just emanating everywhere.
I have sports.
But guess what I did?
What'd you do?
I didn't go into music. I went in another direction.
Oh, we talked about it on the plane.
I went in the fucking computer science. I don't even know what I went to college for.
That's a good route.
I don't know what I went to college for.
Okay.
You could probably tell me what I went to college for. I have no idea. Fucking joke. But that's what happens when you listen to people when you have something that you know.
Yeah.
I just told this to. I just did a performance in Italy, and they asked me like what the couple questions on like how to make it or whatever, and I was like, don't listen to everybody. Listen to this.
Or you could hear them.
You can,
As long as you can use it, for motivation.
of course.
Hear them. Don't take it to heart. Take everything with a grain of salt.
Right.
Everything with a grain of salt, because had I not done what I wouldn't be here.
Well, back to what you're saying.
Just
so you had a little discouragement, it sounds like, and so you went for it anyway.
I got my first drum set at 12. It was a birthday present.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. They were ever supportive. Supportive with it's pretty much anything I ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
It's always had supportive parents and supportive family in general.
It's important.
On both sides, just extended family even. Everybody was always interested in what I was doing.
Yeah.
And, wanted to see me just be great at whatever direction I chose to go in.
Yeah.
So I got that drum set and it was off to the races.
That was it.
That was really it, like wildfire.
Fucking trumpet went out the window.
I sold it for cymbals.
Yeah, we melted it down.
I sold it for one singular crash, and that's what I got
Gone.
for that trumpet. And I never looked back.
Yeah.
And I'm self-taught.
Yeah.
So it was just me in my basement with these drums, breaking everything. Mm-hmm. I broke so many sticks that my parents got tired of buying them because, of course, I'm the drummer.
Yeah.
They don't understand that comes with the territory. And cracking cymbals, I wasn't playing great cymbals in the first place. I wasn't playing, like B20 alloy, stuff that's actually durable, stuff that's flexible, stuff that's tempered. Yeah. We're getting nerdy now about like the production process of these instruments.
Yeah.
And it's like, that lasted a month when I'm playing 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, those were the good old days.
When you could do that, and when it came naturally that way.
Yeah.
And summertime was everything. Like, literally, my day was wake up at 11, which is when I could start playing.
Right.
Just curfews.
Yeah.
With the neighbors who all also supported me.
I had good neighbors.
Fantastic neighbors.
As a kid doing that that's when you do that 8 hour a day shit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Your whole childhood, that's the only time you could really do it. I had great neighbors. But
I had the best.
It's important.
I had the best. So, wake up at 10 or 11 just so I could get myself ready to go down in the basement. And that's where I was going to be until about 4 or 5 o'clock when it was time for basketball. And it was basketball until dark.
Crazy.
That was every day.
Yeah. Thinking about that now, though, I wonder, I got to ask my parents, actually, if the neighbors were that great. Nobody ever said anything to me, right? And my parents they never said that, like, I didn't really have to fucking play with any time constraints. So I'm assuming the neighbors never said shit, which is great.
Well, either you had great neighbors or you had great parents.
Or
W parents.
Probably both of them. Yeah.
You know, or both,
Yeah.
or both.
Yeah, I guess it was both.
But
So you were cutting your teeth every day for years,
and
down,
it never felt like work. It never felt like labor.
No. Those are good old days.
There was just every time I got something that I couldn't do, it was like, well, what does this person do? There was never the idea that somebody was better than me, which is kind of something that I still retain to this day, because that's just not a valuable sentiment when it comes to artistry.
100%.
Because everybody's got something to say.
If you learn that early on, you'll be so much better off.
I'm blessed to say that I did.
Yeah.
It was just, how are they doing it different? What's their approach? What are they doing that's allowing them? Right. And it could be the time that they put in. It could be a technique thing. It could be a physics thing. How are they holding sticks, placing their feet on the pedals? Yeah. It could be about ergonomics. It's like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Right. And let's go and hash that out. Right. And so it was just 6 to 8 hours a day of doing that. And it was watching Tony Royster. It was watching Dennis Chambers.
So that was the next question.
I got you. And Carter Beauford and Teddy Campbell and Gordon Campbell and Gerald Hayward and obviously Aaron Spears, because I'm naming the whole 2006 Modern Drummer Gospel Summit.
Pretty much.
Martin McQuitty, you have to name all of those cats. Yeah. But like, it was kind of in that order. I saw Kid Tony Royster as I was his age in that video. Yeah. Playing that Red Pearl at Modern Drummer Festival. I forget what year it was, but it's early on. Yeah. And then there's Dennis Chambers on that Yellow Pearl Masters. Mm-hmm. And then there's Under the Table and Drumming, which, being from Louisa, Virginia, DMB, I don't have a choice but to just love them, and I do. Mm-hmm. And taking notes, Carter Beauford was the person who
flipped the script, like just interesting.
But it flipped the script interesting, but also let me know that it was okay to play drums open-handed, because I'm a lefty. Yeah. Oh. I'm left-handed. I play both now. Yeah. But I started off playing open-handed because it felt natural.
Oh wow. So you connected with that? Yeah. I mean,
instantaneous.
That dude was one of the ones who were like, I mean, Billy Cobham and stuff. But if you weren't, you're a little younger than that, so probably Carter was the guy.
I learned Billy later.
You saw Billy later.
I saw Billy later, and then Dennis. As soon as I got to Dennis, I was like, oh, he does it too. He does switches.
He does a bit, yeah.
And it's like, okay, I'm here now. Yeah. I was validated in that moment because I was just doing what felt natural. And that let me know that it's okay to do what your body tells you to do as well with this particular instrument. Yeah. It's not every instrument you can say that. Yeah. And just like, oh man, just a laundry list. It's really like a linear timeline to when I discovered these people. It was Tony, it was Dennis, because they were hand in hand at that point as far as like resources to watch and learn from that were out, and the birth of YouTube. Those were readily available. Right. And then Carter, Teddy, 2006 was happening, and all of that stuff. And then I discovered Louis Kill Newsom. Okay. We'll be doing this all day if I name people. We'll just keep talking about people.
Well, here, what about now? Who are you looking at now? Like when you're looking for inspiration, we know we got all those guys, and maybe you're obviously still taken from them, but who inspires you now?
Things that I look for now are honestly in good drum tones. My ear has shifted because like there's the playing aspect, but there's also making sure that it translates over to the listener.
There's so much more than just the technical aspect of playing and playing fast and technique and all that.
Because you need all of that, but also like it matters more how you can stretch your mind. Sure. Because your body will only carry you as far as your mind can tell it to do. Yeah. So you have to stretch that part as well. Yeah. So like that's really heavy on the orchestration, and also it's like the tone of the instrument.
100%.
So like it got into miking the drums and learning how to get your sound that way, and also tuning the drums and tone woods and head choices. Yep. And so like Louis Palmer, Dave Weckl.
Louis just in the seat before you.
Yeah, happy to get to
We just had this talk.
Yeah,
we're just talking about like tone and all that shit outside of just the playing stuff.
You have no choice but to talk about that with him. He has some of the most immaculate drum sounds.
Yeah, the sounds are crazy.
Period, point blank on the internet. Yeah. Like from his cymbal tones to like the attack and resonance and richness of the tone of his drums. Yeah. And, we play different drum companies, but he uses a good instrument. Yep. He tunes it well. Yep. He plays it well. Yep. He mics it well. He records it well.
That's it. That's all part of the game, man.
It's one recipe. It's the
It's
sum
the
of
most
parts.
overlooked part.
It is
It's the most overlooked part.
And we're kind of in a era now where drummers are all taking that on.
Yeah. Well, and look, I mean, especially and I was talking to Louis about this earlier. A lot of guys you see today are not playing in the context of music. They're just playing in the fucking bedroom or wherever, just playing drums, just playing the tracks, just playing drums, just shedding, and that's perfectly fine.
It's rough.
But the guys that we really admire and listen to are the ones that are in context, with a quality piece of music behind them, and then it's like, oh, the drums sound a certain way, and the phrasing now it all makes sense, but the sound,
it's the human element,
and that's what's important.
Playing with people.
It's
difficult. It's difficult because I mean, I can speak on it myself. I come from a very small town, and it's a very small town, but it's full of talent and full of musicians.
Yeah.
But not everybody looks at artistry and musicianship the same way.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's playing in church, and that's like the final arena.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful. But I was on a whole other trajectory because I also just so happened to discover people who were beyond that.
Yeah.
Not better than.
Not better, but
beyond that, just like they saw other things and they were in different places.
Yeah.
And it was kind of hard to be, facing that, to also be playing in church, small churches, foot stomp, hand clapping. I was the reason my church got a drum set when I was a kid.
Okay.
There was no drums in my church that I grew up in before me.
Yeah.
And to travel and do that and be thinking, man, it'd be nice if we played like this, or if we incorporated this, and having people, one, maybe not even know that that's a thing that exists.
Yeah.
Or not having the means to do it themselves, or not having the people or the pieces, the instruments. It's like, well, you want to add this, we have to pay that person. We don't even know anybody who plays that or plays like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard to be in a place where you don't necessarily have people that are like-minded or of the same caliber or the same development as you.
Sure.
And the only thing that you can do around that is to play to these tracks. And you have a lot of good track resources nowadays. Oh, yeah. But, it's not the human element. It's not having a framework that everybody knows and understands, and then being able to tastefully deviate from it.
Yeah. Because you're not communicating when you're playing with tracks.
You can't.
And as you know, playing live, it's you're looking, you're feeling,
looking,
you're sensing,
hearing. Yeah.
Tracks is just the track's there, and you just do what you got to do. But there's just way more movement and things going on, and things can happen at any second when you're playing live. Yeah. It's a different ball game.
That's one of the things that makes the weddings a lot of fun. Oh, I still enjoy playing those.
I bet.
I'm not.
Well, they got an energy to them.
They really do, especially when you get the right group of people together.
Yeah.
And everybody is really on their P's and Q's about the core rep.
Yeah.
And when you know the core rep, you can take it and do what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And when you get the right people, you can take the rep, do what you want to do with it, and also know that you're maintaining the integrity of the song.
Yeah. And that's why great wedding bands make great money, because they can make or break, and there's some of them so good. They can
players
play anything.
Are players.
They're so good.
Players are players. We play everywhere. We'll play in the club, we'll play at a wedding, and then we'll go and play with Shaboozey.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Let's get into gear. I know you're a big gear dude. Just signed with Tama. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much, Tama.
But I know you've been just a fan of those guys. And
my longest running investments. I bought my first piece of Tama gear back in 2012 with the first gen Speed Cobra. I was working at Sam Ash, and that was the first thing that I bought from Sam Ash when I was an employee there. I still have that pedal. I don't use it. I retired it, but I still have that pedal. And then I broke a bass drum head and a snare head, and I replaced that snare head with an HD Dry and an EMAD, and that was it. I'm a funk player. Mm-hmm. I'm playing country now, but I'm a funk R&B player.
Yeah,
kick and snare.
Yeah,
it's everything.
Your whole thing.
That's the bread. Well, I mean, it's really the bread and butter for everything. But like
it is. Yeah.
for that language, for that genre, you could take away everything else
And you just got that.
and just play kick, snare, hat, Nate Smith.
Yeah. Nate, baby.
And just sit there.
Yeah.
And everybody's well supported. Nobody feels like you've taken their gig away and ruined it.
Good.
We're happy here.
We're very happy.
We're cooking. We're simmering. We got oxtails, going on the stove. It's going to be about 6 hours later, but they're going to be good. All right. It's going to be all right. And I put those heads on my drums, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because I was getting the tones that I needed.
Yeah.
And I never looked back.
Yeah, you locked in, was it?
Yeah. I haven't needed to. It was an informed decision. I never needed to look anywhere else.
Yeah. So you playing Star?
Yes, Star Babinga. Yeah.
Babinga is just, woo.
Custom ordered it. I heard that the wood was endangered, and I saw Brian Fraser Moore back when he was a Tama artist with Christina Aguilera. And he had this gorgeous, custom Star classic Babinga with hyperdrive sizes on the toms and on the kick, which the hyperdrive sizes back then were extended. So I think his kick was it was either a standard 22x18 or a 22x20. But like just seeing that wood, hearing how it projected and just the sheer amount of tone that it had, it was like, man, this is it. And to have the shallow rack toms and hear what he said about them and to hear what he said it did for him and to find out later through my own research that, that's accurate. Yeah. It was like, all right, cool. I have to get this for myself. Wow. So I heard the wood was endangered and I was like, well, I think it's time to go ahead and pull the trigger. So I custom ordered mine, bought it outright.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're touring with that kit.
I am touring with that kit.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Serving you
drums. Well. Yeah. It's the only drums I want to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard for me to sit down behind another drum set and be as comfortable. Even when the other drums are fantastic, and they could be from other manufacturers. Sometimes Backline has what I need, and sometimes it doesn't. Yeah. It could be anything from a Silver Star, Superstar, Star Classic on up, and they'll be fantastic. But my drums are my drums.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it, man. So I know you said you kind of practicing when you can, and like depending on your situation, and you're playing out a lot. Went over some of the influences, but when you do get a minute to sit down on the drums, right, and just hash out some ideas, what kind of stuff are you working on these days?
I kind of
what's interesting to you to expand upon?
So let's take it back to my Berklee audition. At that time of my life, I was very into using the drum set as its own standalone instrument. Nobody ever looks at drums as being melodic or being pretty or being like, just entertaining beyond bashing in a drum solo, and now we're back into the song. And it's like,
we can pull tones out of those things.
We can. Yeah. We can. And I was big on that. Yeah. Big influence of mine was Ramon Sampson. He, at that time, was Guitar Center Drum Off winner, and I
remember him,
loved the way he
heard much about him lately, yeah.
I
remember him.
He went back to South Africa.
Okay.
Where he's from. Yeah. And he's still the amazing player that he always has been.
He did have a pretty sound, yeah.
His tone with the instrument, just to sit down and watch him play, no band. Yeah. To sit down and watch him play the instrument, it's like, man, this is different. Yeah. This cat is different. Yeah. And so I was working on that when I auditioned for Berklee. I auditioned with an open drum solo. Yeah. No prepared, or not no prepared piece is what they call it. But I didn't prepare anything. I just sat down and I played. They let me in. And once I got in is when I had to transition over into being a role player. Yeah. To being a part of a band, which I wasn't unfamiliar with because I was playing in church all the time. Sure. And it just ended up being all of my focus. So much so that I got away from
that
altogether. So whenever I get a chance to practice now, I go back to soloing. Mm-hmm. I go back to soloing. I go back to thinking in arcs. One thing that I would say got very, very quiet was my internal monologue. My internal monologue was I would just exist in a space, and like we're sitting here talking now, I would have drums going in the back of my head. I'm talking to you, having a full-on conversation, but I would have an ongoing solo that never ended. Wow. And it would just go from concept to concept to concept, idea, arc, full storytelling, exposition, plot, climax, and on to the next thing. And that would just always be going on in my head. That went very quiet because I was learning tunes, and I was learning how to do this pattern, and I was learning these parts. And so whenever I get a chance to sit down and practice, and what's been coming back over the years is my internal monologue and my ability to just sit down and play the instrument and be musical with it.
Love it.
So I start there.
Yeah, I love that.
And then I also have to continue to hone and sharpen the role playing aspect of it.
I feel the same way. I find myself doing a very similar thing, trying to pull more music out of the instrument, you know, less groove and more sound or something that I'm looking for. I never played drums. So I play other instruments, but I never felt like I played drums from a drummer's perspective. I don't really like grooving.
Okay.
I don't know if you hear too many drummers say, I don't really like to hold the beat. Man, I wouldn't make a great rock drummer, or, you know, you wouldn't want to hire me for like a gig because I don't really like holding it down that much. I do and I don't. A lot of my influences were they were fucking with time, you know, they were playing all over the place. I was more interested in that. When I started playing guitar, I kind of brought that over to the drums as well, and it just really confused me for many years. But that's how I developed my style, and it's more about trying to get melodies and just other things going on, and bending time and playing over the lines. And I don't know, it just never felt very comfortable just sitting locked in, which is our main job.
But you can do it however you want to do it.
I agree.
It's not. I mean,
agree.
I don't know.
I agree.
You say that like you never like to just sit down and groove, but like there's nobody ever said that snare had to be on 2 and 4 all the time.
It's true.
You could go the Gavin Harrison route.
And I would love to.
Like
no, and this is what I'm talking about. These kind of guys, right? But at the end of the day, the bill paying stuff, right, is boom, bop, boom, boom, bop.
True.
Boom. It always will be, and that's cool.
In the broad spectrum, yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool, and that's what people want. And I tell people all the time, like, don't overthink this shit, because nobody's moving to boom, bop, bop. You know, they're moving to they want the pulse, man. That's what's important, and that's the job, you know. But for me, it was like, all right, yeah, I can do it. And I'm not the greatest at doing that, but there's something else I want to explore here. So, I mean, that's what I do. But it sounds like it's similar to kind of what you're on par with there, exploring it more.
Yeah.
From a tonal aspect.
Yeah, I mean, use every subdivision, whatever work that you're going to be in. Make sure that you use every bit of the smallest subdivision present.
Yeah.
Because that's just possibility.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, that's your pocket if you're just playing Boots and Cats.
Yeah.
Or if you're playing in something odd time, you know, you can write it out. You have all of these different ways to express, and just take stuff, and even if you write it down first and say, well, what happens if I take this snare hit and put it here, and we put grace notes here, come up with something random and try to play it. It might inspire something.
Yeah, that's kind of how you got to do it.
And if you repeat it and you play it well,
yeah,
now it grooves.
No, yeah, you could make it groove. Yeah, I mean, you can make a lot of things groove that you maybe thought you couldn't, but you're right about that. What as a drummer, what's one record, like, what is the record for you that was the most influential? I think we all
drumming?
have one. Yeah.
Oh,
the one that just was
man.
like, this is it, man. This is my desert island fucking piece of music that inspires me to play.
Oh. I'm going to say Stevie Wonder's A Time to Love.
Okay.
Teddy Campbell.
Teddy Campbell's on that.
Teddy Campbell's all up and through that. It's just it's a very slept on record.
I'm sure.
It's incredibly slept, because I think it was Stevie's last studio album.
Okay.
But because it came out so much later than all of his other massive hits, people didn't give it the time of day. I think it came out in 2005. It's a beautiful record. It opens up with Kim Burrell and Stevie going at it vocally, and a choir. You coming out the gate with that?
That's cool.
And then Stevie Wonder caliber production, it's great. Yeah. It's great. Maybe Michael Jackson's Invincible album. I was probably born in the wrong decade, if we're being honest with you.
No, I mean, I feel the same way.
Just as far as like my musical influences, I so would have loved to be drumming in the New Jack Swing era of R&B.
Yeah.
80s funk. Like
80s funk,
I am a funk head.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as far as like when I was born to hear drums on a record,
A
Time to Live.
It sounds like you also came up right around when you know, you did have YouTube, right, to reach into.
The birth of YouTube.
Yeah, and
31.
you were seeing it more. Like, so when I came up, it was records, right? And then you, like, I was talking about this earlier, like, you know, maybe we had a VHS of Buddy Rich or Dave Weckl down the line, right? But for predominantly it was records. But then when YouTube and stuff, then you could actually see a lot of different guys, and you can really take in a lot more information. So
yeah. It was the dawn of that expedited learning curve.
yeah.
Everything
That's a cool time.
was on steroids as far as like what you could learn. YouTube taught me how to play drums.
Of course.
Full stop. YouTube taught me how to play drums.
I believe you. I think it taught a lot of people how to play drums.
Because I never got the opportunity. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't have the opportunity. It just wasn't around for me to go out and buy the VHS, the tapes, or the DVDs. It was all whatever I could get on YouTube.
Yeah.
I would watch whatever 2-3 minute clip
Yeah.
they would post of this whole entire DVD that runs 2 hours long.
Yeah.
And that was my learning material for the next 6 months.
Sure.
Like, that's just what it was. I would pick it clean.
Yeah.
I would pick it clean.
Yeah. That makes complete sense. Self-taught guy, then where are you going to go, right?
And then records. And it's like, oh, well, maybe this is what this guy was doing that I can't see on this record.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just happened to find out who was playing on said record. And, oh, they just got this thing that just got put out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you, man. Yeah, no, it's changed, man. It's changed from when I was coming up, and now it's the way they break shit down. And if you really want to learn, now's the time, right?
There's no reason why you can't.
It's
no
just,
reason why
it's
you
so it's just right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right there, broken down. Every note, every subdivision, is crazy. I mean, it's cool the way they've done that. You know, I just didn't have that shit back in the day. I was doing all that shit, but I didn't know what I was doing, or I didn't know how to articulate that. Now they do.
It's pretty much like the hardest part is getting people to actually buy the drums.
I think so. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
no.
not fun. It's not a fun purchase sometimes.
No, it's not.
It can be made easier, but you know, it's an expensive instrument.
It is. Yeah, I mean, and they last. They last.
They
so it's
do.
worth. I always
worthy
say it's worth.
investment.
You know, I always people are like, well, I'm going to buy my son a drum set or whatever. And like, I always say like, you know, don't cheap out on it, because if they do decide that they're gonna play this thing and they last through that tough learning part, then they're gonna have a good kit.
And if they don't,
you can sell it for more.
resale value.
Right.
That's the main thing that I
You
always
just
tell
buy
everybody.
a piece of crap, like, it doesn't make any sense.
And all of my gear in general.
Yeah.
I don't buy anything that doesn't either, retain or accrue.
Yeah.
I'm active on that. I try to be selective.
Yeah, no, I think it's important with drums, because versus other instruments, you buy a crap set of drums, you really can't get much out of them. Shit heads, shit drums.
It's downhill as soon as you got the box.
Shit sound.
It's a car.
Yeah.
It's a car, and not necessarily like well, yeah, we're talking cars now, like a Japanese vehicle.
Yeah.
You buy a Camry, it's gonna be a Camry.
It's going to be a Camry.
It's gonna be a Camry. It's gonna run 200,000 miles,
Right.
And then you're still gonna be able to get $5,000 to $10,000 off of it when you do decide to sell it, or you pass it on to your kid and they drive it for another 150,000 miles. It won't die. It's still here. It's still here. It's a well-made instrument.
Yeah. It's immortal. I feel like, other instruments, like you could get away with a $250 guitar. You really can.
You can.
You really can.
And that's on modern production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with drums, you're hitting fucking trash cans at that point. And you're right. The entry point's a little bit it's a little steeper for people trying to get in the game.
And it's also there's way too many moving parts to trust that price point.
I agree.
There's too many points. Like, you think about how many screws are in a drum set and what metal is that made out of.
Yeah, no.
You're hitting this with sticks.
Yeah, no, it's a lot.
That's going to bend. That's going to snap.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you buy a piece of crap, and especially in the beginning, you're like slamming those things, what you're doing.
No technique in sight.
Yeah.
Until you get there.
Yeah.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but they have to hold up until you do.
Yeah. No, 100%, man. Let me ask you some random quick fire questions here.
Okay.
What would you say is one habit that you've implemented in your life, recently over the last couple of years that's really changed everything for you?
Prioritizing rest. Prioritizing rest. I am early in my career, and I think that that's probably a benefit to me being early in my career, because when I was in college, I did not. I was never some sort of wild child, but I definitely worked myself to a level that I never should have.
Yeah.
I was sick all the time. I was tired. My classes suffered. Anything that wasn't playing was always on the back burner.
Yeah.
And it was a detriment.
Sure.
It's just prioritizing rest.
Yeah.
Make sure that you can do the work. Prepare yourself to do the work.
Yeah.
And maintain the caliber of the work that you're able to do.
Of course.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
So like, we play this show, I'm going to bed.
And I think also
bed. I'm getting in my bunk.
Like you said, you're with a good group of dudes right now, and we were talking about it. Like, you know, a lot of these organizations today, they're not out there getting too banged up after shows. They're just because they realize that, like, in order to perform at the level you got to perform night, it's shit's hard, man. You're fucking 2-hour set out there every day. You gotta be ready for that, man. It beats you up, man.
It can.
And you gotta rest, and the travel, and it's just a nightmare. It's just a nightmare.
Right, you have to sing the praises of the crew that we're with on that regard too. They take good care of us.
No, and that's amazing. And when you have everybody in that same mindset, it's a healthy scenario, and it's a really good group. I mean, that's amazing that you've fallen into that. It's great.
I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, I would think so.
I feel very fortunate. You know, the whole play the show thing. Our day is pretty consolidated. Of course, the people who work hard, man. Our production manager and our stage manager, they work so hard.
I bet.
And
no, those guys, they kill.
I think it's. I always wonder if it's weird when I tell them that, or when I let them know that I see them, because I do see y'all. And our tour manager, and I tell them, y'all are doing a really good job.
Yeah.
Or I appreciate what you do, and you know, I value, and I see you. I'm nobody. I'm just a drummer. I just hit things. But like, I see that you got here at the ass crack of dawn to make sure that everything was here and set up, and also you're gonna be the last person to leave.
Yeah.
And also, I can't be out in the sun too long. So I thank you for making sure that the stage was covered for sound check, because it's the middle of summer and the sun is right there. And for some reason, my skin is very sensitive to the sun. But you remembered that. If I had a dietary restriction, you made sure that there was food for me here.
Right.
I appreciate that. That's your job, but also like...
No, but this is going back to what we talked about in the very beginning of this, right? That kind of, you know, who you are as a person, and that just genuine authenticity that you have, like saying hello, being nice, being kind.
People make the world go round.
Nobody does that shit. Like I told you, man.
Those
dudes don't get thanked.
No, as they could get.
Thank you for making my job, because you're there to do a job, but you can't do the job without them. And then if you can't do that job, you can't get paid.
Absolutely.
So I think that's big, man. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's our, like I said, it's our production manager, it's our tour manager, it's our stage manager.
Yeah.
It's our wardrobe, who takes me into account, and her team.
Yeah.
I'm in a larger body. I love my body, but I'm in a larger body, and they always make sure that the clothes that they pick out for me are, one, in line with what I present to the world in my daily life.
Yeah.
They fit me.
Yeah.
Standing up.
Yeah.
They fit me to do my job.
Comfortable. Yeah.
I'm taken care of.
I feel you, man. No, I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Love that.
Thank you all.
It's very nice. What's one non-negotiable in your daily life?
Quiet.
You take a little piece every day.
Yeah. I'm low maintenance. I would say I'm low maintenance. I just really enjoy peace. I enjoy quiet, and a lot of times people might hear that and think, "Oh, he's a loner, or he doesn't like to be around people." Or I enjoy this. You know, if we're in the green room, we're about to do a show, I want to know what's on everybody's mind. Mm-hmm. How are people really doing? And whenever I ask people, the general thing, when somebody asks you how you're doing, you hit them back with the general, "Oh, I'm good."
I'm good.
I'm not asking that.
Right. You want to go deep.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Are you good? Did you eat today?
Yeah. You want to talk.
Is your family okay?
Yeah.
Like let's because we're about to go on stage, and I need to know where your head's at. I need to know why you played that.
Well, yeah, that's a lot.
If we put art imitates life,
that's
and you
real,
say art imitates life, but art is life.
Yeah.
Because people have to make it. Art is whatever that person made, whatever that person played. is directly correlated to like
what's going on
right now.
Right.
Right now.
Right.
Today.
Yeah.
Yesterday. This week.
Performance art for sure.
Like
in the moment.
So no, I want to know. Are you good?
Yeah.
You miss your son? Okay. Cool. This one's for him.
Yeah.
Because you on the road. You get away from your family, or you want to be
People
home, or
lives.
you're going through something. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are doing a job, and everybody. And I think people, can't forget that everybody's got a life and has this and that, and yeah, oh, that's cool, man.
And so that piece is like an opportunity to relate with the band, or check in with myself, or talk to my lady, or maybe call my parents, or just
whatever it
is.
Just
quiet, peace, calm.
Cool.
So much of my life is providing party.
Yeah.
Which is important, but I do that. I have to recharge.
You have to recharge that battery. How would you say your relationship with failure is throughout your life?
I suppose it's pretty good.
Great. It's great to hear.
It's a part of life. I don't. That's a really good question. I don't know that I ever really focused on failure. Just maybe something didn't work out in this timing, or maybe it's not for me. I don't really have the outlook that things are so finite or definite, as far as like you failed, you can never do this again, or it didn't work out now.
Yeah.
Or maybe you didn't play so hot this time.
Yeah.
Or maybe you missed the one. You're gonna get off the drums.
Right.
No.
Right.
Get back on.
Get back on.
Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
So I guess my relationship with failure is pretty positive.
Cool.
I've failed many things in my life.
I'm sure.
I think my biggest battle with failure was the first time I ever failed a class. I was always really, really good in school. Mm-hmm. I come from a family of scholars, especially on my mother's side. And I have people who went to college on my dad's side as well. But I was the second person to go to Boston for college. My aunt went to Harvard, graduated top of her class.
Nice.
So I was very much following in her footsteps, and education is a really big thing.
Yeah.
So my biggest battle with failure was the first time I ever failed a class, and I really had to take into account what was going on in my life at that time.
I was going to say, like, that something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not in a good place.
Yeah.
I was not in a good place, and the victory in that battle with failure was taking a step back and making sure that my mental health was good, and making sure that I was okay, and making sure that I was prepared to go back and do it again and do what I know I can do.
Right. And then you went back and knocked it out.
And did it.
Right. So you got a good relationship with failure, my man.
Try to.
That's all you can do.
That really is it.
That's it.
That could have took me out.
It's all right. You're still here.
I am, man.
You're still here. And look, there's going to be more to come, and you just do what you do.
Yeah.
Last one for you. For our listeners, recommend a book that everybody's got to read.
Oh, this is going to date me so bad.
No, it's
man.
not.
I don't read that much. I don't read that much. If I'm going to name a book right now, it's going to be a children's book. Holes.
Who?
Holes. My favorite book ever.
Holes? H-O-L-E-S?
Yes.
Holes.
Sacker. Holes.
Okay.
I love that book. I love that movie.
I don't know it.
Oh man, it's well, you should read it. That's my recommendation. It's whimsical. It's full of struggle. But it's just a good story.
I love that.
It's just a good story. Yeah.
I'm sure there's some magic in there. Yeah.
There's absolutely magic in there. There's for sure magic in there. Yeah. I don't read it often. I'm more into science and mechanics and engineering.
That's cool.
Than storybooks. And that's not a knock. That's just where I'm at.
They got science books.
Who's sitting down to read a science book?
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna take that back. So, a lot of people do, and we appreciate them. We appreciate them for doing so.
Yeah, thank you guys. I won't be reading it, but
no. Yeah, I'm more on an infographic. Learn about space. I'm still in the YouTube era.
I know, man.
That's
you
where
guys.
I came from.
Yeah, I feel you.
I'm not gonna sit down and watch and read a book, but I will definitely sit down and watch a documentary.
Yeah.
With the subtitles on. That's my non-negotiable, actually.
It's like reading a book.
It is like reading a book. I don't watch no TV without subtitles.
You can't miss anything.
Turn them on. Turn them on.
Yeah. I'm a big reader. I don't have TVs in my house.
Really?
They got tossed a long time ago.
Fair.
But
nothing wrong with that.
That's designer. It's just the way we feel. But do a good bit of reading. But I'm gonna check out Holes because I check out everything everybody recommends. It's my favorite part of the show, man. I get my new reading material. That was great, man. It's a real pleasure to have you on. I'm glad you're in town and we can do this.
It's all mine. Happy to be here.
Yeah, from meeting on a plane, and I feel like I entered your life at a really interesting time. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
And now to be friends with you and watch this thing unfold is cool for me, man. And always here to help you out and continue to let it flow.
Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, man. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you online or whatever you want to tell them?
So I'm most active on Instagram. That's Instagram.com @DAP on drums. That's pretty much it.
They call you DAP?
A lot of people do. I don't mind it.
They call you DAP. Okay.
Yeah.
This kind of puts the first and last name together, right?
First, middle, and last.
Oh, what's your middle name?
Oh, we don't talk about that. That's secret. You got to know me to know that.
I'll just call you A.
Yeah. I can tell you all, Kim.
All right, cool. Darren Poindexter, everybody. Check him out on tour with Shaboozey. Good dude, great drummer. And I love talking to you.
Same.
All right, brother.
Very good.
Thank you again.